and it's 5 years since the passing of ANC stalwart Winnie Madikizela-Mandela. The party will today commemorate and celebrate the life of the mother of the nation. A wreath-laying ceremony will be held in Fourways Park, followed by a church service in Soweto. eNCA's Moloko Moloto is there in Fourways and joins us this morning. A very good morning to you, Moloko Moloto. No doubt more and more people are starting to arrive before official proceedings get underway. Tell us a little bit about the significance of this wreath-laying ceremony and what exactly it is our viewers must expect in terms of formal proceedings getting underway.
Good morning, Rafiwa Madzana. Well, the formal program has concluded. It started at the Fourways Memorial Park. This is just part one of the series of activities that have been lined up for this particular day. The laying of the wreath by senior officials of the African National Congress. And this is, if I were to step out of shot for a moment, as you can see, these people here, they're just concluding the program. This is where the matriarch herself lays, Mama Nomzamo Winnie Madikizela-Mandela. Alongside her is the grave of her daughter, Zinzi Mandela, but also her two grandchildren are also sleeping here. And of course, we have heard from the family earlier on saying that, look, essentially expressing their gratitude to the ANC, but importantly indicating that they don't believe that Nomzamo Winnie Madikizela-Mandela, wherever she is happy with the state of the ANC. Who is the better person to speak for the ANC if it's not the first Deputy Secretary General of the African National Congress, Mama Action Nomvula Mokonyane? Ma'am, thank you so much for your time. You have heard from the family, but I would want to start here. The significance of this particular day, 5 years on, she passed on this particular day. When you look back, how do you think South Africa should really celebrate Mama Nomzamo?
Thank you very much for inviting us. Yes, we remember Mama. It's 5 years since she ceased to breathe. South Africans must remember Mama as a fearless matriarch, a mother of the nation, a unifier of different strengths and characters that you need for the emancipation of the people of this country. Very forceful, very forthright, hardworking, but submissive to the discipline of the ANC. With all her strength, with all her energies. And that is what we all need to recommit, that with all the challenges, you never walk away from the ANC.
You were saying earlier that you actually used to call her Amber Deputy President. I suppose you were referring to the fact that she once tried to contest for the Deputy President position of the ANC in Mahikeng, but she didn't prevail. A president, a woman president, South Africa never had, perhaps?
And also a foundation for a possible president, woman president, because through her we all understood that availing yourself also comes with a price. But you must know that it's not about you, but it is about those who have confidence in you.
Let's then talk about the issues that were raised by the family when they were talking, saying that they don't believe she is happy with the state of the ANC currently where she is. I mean, those are the challenges that you, as the leaders of the ANC, would be aware. What are the pertinent issues that you really believe as the ANC you ought to address if you are going to survive?
Three things that Mama would have encouraged us to look at, especially in these trying times. One, that humble yourself and remain rooted amongst the people. Something that we have done and we are continuing to do. The second one, Mama would have said, build branches, vibrant structures. Mama enjoyed being in Polar Park with structures. Mama enjoyed being in Fine Town with structures of the ANC. And also she will insist that make sure that you don't leave anyone behind, especially women. with all her sacrifices during Madiba's incarceration, she actually used that as her own point of reference on the strength of a woman, that it takes a woman to hold the nation together, whether you are in leadership or not. She kept the Mandela name. She kept the firebrand even against difficult times when others have turned against her and insulted her.
I want to ask you this. I'm sure you have seen a letter written by the former ANC President Thabo Mbeki to your Deputy President Paul Mashatile. He copied you as the officials of the ANC, essentially expressing unhappiness at the fact that as the ANC you decided in Parliament to block all the processes to investigate the Pala matter. He is saying that sends a message that you are hiding something. What is your reaction to that criticism by the former president?
The letter was written to the officials. It was never meant to be a public letter. It was not an open letter. We are meeting tomorrow. Officials will reflect on it, as the Secretary General has actually indicated. And once we have actually reflected on the content, we'll be able to respond to Comrade Thabo Mbeki.
But he's saying that it may alienate the members of the public who believe that you are trying to hide corruption. Do you think he's wrong there?
We've actually taken the content into consideration, and would not want to enter into a public discourse. When the letter was written to us, we will interact with Comrade Thabo Mbeki and hope that out of that interaction we'll be able to shape a way forward together with him, and him also being part of the membership and leadership of the ANC will assist the ANC.
The First Deputy Secretary General of the ANC, Menomvule Mogonyane. Thank you so much for your time, ma'am. Well, Rofiwa, I must mention this, that you possibly are seeing, or you saw among the, maybe let me bring Lebohang Maile if you can, Rofiwa, if you still have time. Lebohang Maile is the PEC member of the African National Congress in Gauteng. Lebohang, thank you so much for your time. I know that when you were still the president of COSAS, the Congress of
Congress of South African Students.
Thank you so much. When you were still the president of COSAS, you conferred an honorary lifetime presidency on Mama Winnie Madikizela-Mandela. What informed that?
Well, we were inspired by her bravery, her courage, her determination, and her loyalty to the struggles and the people of our country. Her and Comrade Pitamkaba, amongst many other leaders of the revolution and of the ANC, continued to keep in contact with us. They continued to groom us, to encourage us, and to work with us. And at the time, we felt that she was under attack, and she was there was an attempt to isolate her from her movement and from the people. And we decided that we were going to embrace her, and we are going to do it by conferring that honorary lifetime presidency. But she deserved it, because in the 70s and in the 80s she was there. She was amongst young people who were fighting against apartheid, and she led from the forefront.
And just lastly, why was that? Why was she isolated by the people who knew the role that she played, considering the fact that she had been there holding the turf, and she was the face, particularly among ordinary people, while everybody else, perhaps others were in jail and others were out of the country? What do you think informed that isolation and attack on her?
Well, I think it was part of politics. Our movement is contested. It's not homogeneous. And there will be good and bad people in any organization. In the revolution, there will always be counter-revolution. So there will always be people who want to see a weakened ANC-led alliance, who wants to see a divided organization. So they will never tell us why they are isolating her, why they were attacking her, because they are faceless anyway, those people. So you will never know for sure, except to make our own determination on the basis of the challenges that we were facing at the time.
All right, thank you so much. Lebogang Maile from the ANC in Gauteng. Obviously, now that the official program has concluded part one of it, this is why you see now they are breaking into song. What I know is that from here there's going to be another service at the Methodist Church in Soweto. I think she was a member in Meadowlands, and I understand that there will also be some activities in Orlando West. Rofiwa?
Thank you very much, Moloko Moloto, for bringing us the very latest there at the honouring of the 5th anniversary of the passing of Mama Winnie Madikizela-Mandela.